What kind, boy?
Here we got Tyler Oliveira investigating Murder Mountain, boy. This shit,
There's people that get walking cages
even with the name Murder Mountain is crazy.
in the woods and starve to death almost.
We have more crime than New York City and LA combined.
You better stick with someone native around there because they will take you out.
He actually stabbed somebody in the neck with an ice pick. There, they ended up finding 6 bodies out there.
What the fuck?
Hanging in the tree.
It's over, dude.
What do you mean it's over?
An ice pick is crazy.
Over. Gonna kill me?
What is this?
You guys' car?
Yes, sir.
What's happening here?
Film it.
This is
Murder Mountain, a remote area of California where hundreds of people disappear without a trace every year.
before California legalized
Yo,
weed
California is crazy, boy.
in 2016. Countless illegal
Motherfuckers be thinking South Africa is dangerous, except this is America is different. Boy.
weed farms went wild in Humboldt, Trinity, and Mendocino County in this area known as the Emerald Triangle, the largest cannabis-producing region in America that supplied an estimated 60% of the country's pot before weed was legalized. But after legalization, most weed farmers were annihilated as legalization brought new taxes, permits, compliance, and large corporate competitors that achieved economies of scale, ultimately
What I'll never understand is they fucking legalized weed, but they made it to the lab version. They put it in a lab or some shit, boy, and they made that the legal version. America's the only fucking place where they fucking outlaw the natural thing and put it in a lab and make that shit legal. That shit is crazy, boy.
increasing the supply of weed, decreasing its value, and destroying the black market economy the people of the Emerald Triangle relied upon. So, almost 10 years since California legalized weed, what happened to the towns, trimmigrants, and farmers that lived in these mountains? I met up with former trimmigrant and citizen journalist Darren in the small town of Willits to explore the remains of the Emerald Triangle while we worked our way all the way up to Murder Mountain.
When I first
I'm talking about the Delta 8 shit. I don't know. I think, because I'm pretty sure California can grow that shit naturally, but like some states, it's only the Delta 8 shit. That shit weird.
worked on that farm, I was staying at a local hotel here in Willits. One of the maids, she barely spoke any English, and she saw trimmigrant signs, and she actually put us into contact with another gentleman named Jose, who drove us up to this one sketch house in the middle of the mountains, and then we got into a second car, and they blindfolded us and drove us here. Even though they blindfolded us, I have photographic memory, so as soon as I saw the local hills and stuff, I knew I was on Houck Terrace, not too far away from all the other pot farms I used to work on. A really dangerous industry, to say the least. You know, sometimes the pot farms up here and feuds between them make the feud between Timmy Turner and the Dinkelbergs look like Sunday in church, to say the least.
So we made our way over to the nearby trailer park to get some wisdom from
I'm
Darren's
gonna lie, I never watched Very Odd Parents, boy.
old friend.
Darren, how do you know this guy?
I used to hitchhike back and forth between San Francisco and Seattle, and this guy was pretty much here all the time. That looks like his trailer right there. His mom might be home. Wish him luck, you guys. I'm going in.
You got this, bro. You got this.
Hey, brother. This is Darren. I'm looking for the other guy who used to live here.
Johnny died.
Johnny died?
3 years ago.
They shot him or what?
No, he had that brain tumor. Some assholes took him over to the fucking house, and he, because he was smoking meth. They said that he had a seizure in the bathtub.
Dude,
What
so
the
Johnny
fuck?
died,
That's crazy,
Let's
boy.
get out of their hair then.
but the gentleman said he's willing to maybe do an interview.
I'm here with.
Thomas Ortega.
So why do so many people go missing out here?
It said they need 1,000 people to trim. They'd send out 30, 40,000 flyers. Here at Safeway, at the end of the summer, you hardly see anybody that speaks English because the trimmigants come into town and everybody speaks French and Russian and all these different languages.
From Europe.
Oh, they're everywhere from Europe. They come here in hopes of getting trim jobs. They can't get any, so they're stuck in Garberville.
What the fuck is a trim job? Like, say, what the fuck is happening? What the fuck is a trim, bro?
And there's hundreds and hundreds of little tiny roads that disappear out into the hills, and they go for miles and miles and miles and miles. Some people are really bad because they're out there cooking, and it gets real dodgy out there.
Sketchy.
So you don't go roaming around.
When did you notice the cartel presence out here?
When you start seeing signs along those roads that are about buying houses for cash, people that buy homes and they'll buy cash, and they set them up for grow houses.
Okay.
You know, I don't know if it's cartel or I don't know if the cartel even makes. I don't know what they do around here. The town there between Lincoln
Alder
and
Point?
Garberville. Leggett. You'll start seeing signs on stores of people that are missing and stuff, you know.
Okay.
But mainly in Garberville.
We're thinking about going to Covello tonight. Any advice?
Oh my God, Covello's bad. Covello, just be careful in Covello. It's all reservations. The state put, at one time, they must put like 6 or 7 different tribes in Covello. Let them sit there and they fight it all out. So they fight between themselves. They're all gang members and they all fight. And they kill people and put them in trunks and set them on fire. And they shoot people and they all fight. And they kill people and put them in trunks and set them on fire, and they shoot people, and it's a bad, bad road. It's a bad area to stop. It's a bad area to go in, and
It's the Wild West out here, huh?
they had a road saying you could go to Fort Bragg. But once you get out so many miles, the roads turn to numbers, and there's no more roads. And if you don't know where you're going out there, you end up in some sketchy, weird places. I want to go steelhead fishing out there in the old river, but I won't drive out there.
All right, brother, you got me nervous now, but appreciate the intel.
So we begin our trek up to Garberville, but real quick,
You make videos but don't have any time to make shorts or clips to help promote them? With every streamer and YouTuber using TikToks, Reels, and YouTube Shorts to get discovered, with Opus Clip, you can create high-quality shorts with the power of AI. You just copy the link of your video, search opus.pro, paste the link in, let Opus work its magic, and boom, you have 10 clips in minutes. And you can use Opus's Clip Anything feature to search for any specific moment or theme, and it'll automatically turn them into clips. No need to hire an editor, and no need to edit yourself. Let Opus work its AI magic, and you'll have shorts ready to upload. But the question is, how good is their AI at editing? And are these clips even good? I want you to try it for yourselves. Take this video, paste the link into Opus, and make your own clips of this video. Use opus.pro to edit your short, put YouTube Tyler Oliveira in the video description, tag at Tyler Oliveira, upload the short, and I'm gonna send $1,000 to whoever's short has the most views by the end of this week. Thanks Opus for helping me clip my videos. Back to Murder Mountain. But on our way out, I noticed this mysterious Masonic temple. Masonic?
This is where,
Oh, hell no.
this is where the Trimmigrants come.
Come on, let's lock it. Yeah, they're up there. They're squatting. You see the lights? Actually, is that even real?
Holy shit, there's people up there right now.
That's a little creepy. Honestly, I'm getting a little creeped out here.
So this is where Trimmigrants passing through, people coming down from the mountains, they stay here.
You guys know who's in here?
Oh, what the f***? This guy's so famous.
We saw some homies in there with the lights on, and we're like, yo. And we waved, and then they turned the light off and closed the window right over here. We think they're chill. They may be passive. They may be violent.
I've never seen people there, though, huh?
No.
Darren's going up there right now. Hey, Darren, be careful, eh? Terrible idea. What are your thoughts on the weed industry out here?
I mean, it was big before. It's kind of dead now. Yeah. You don't really hear much about that, but like growing up, it was a big thing. There's a lot of stories you hear up at.
We're trying to learn more about the dark side of the cannabis industry. You have any thoughts?
Dark side of the cannabis industry, go to Covello.
You should go up to Covello if you really want to like.
What is it?
It's called Covello. That's where I hear the most stories.
So you know, you go to Covello, you better stick with someone native around there because they will take you out. When I lived up there were
Are the
wars.
cartel and the tribes at war right now?
They were last time I was up there. And you want cops? I had to threaten someone's life to a cop because they told me they'd show up the next day for a situation that happened with my kid. So I said, if you don't, he'll be dead and you'll be here in 2 hours anyway. So they showed up. It takes them 2 hours to get there in a situation where they know someone's going to die. When they told me, oh, we'll wait till tomorrow to do something about that, I said, you either come now or you're going to be coming in 2 hours because this hatchet in my hand's going to be taken off his head.
We hear a lot of people are getting killed out there.
It was where there's like every month there was someone dying, if not more than someone.
Who's killing them and why?
It's population control. The Covellians, they like the money. They really lose on the loss of their family members. I mean, it's like the Indians are getting treated really bad again.
Tell us what we should look out for.
Definitely the cops. If you don't have your back on them, then the town won't trust you. Maybe if you had a gun, hand it to them.
Give them the gun.
Yeah. Because I doubt if they'll shoot you, they'll enjoy the gun. That's what they told me when I got there.
Give us your gun.
If you go steal us a gun, then you can stay here with your brother in 8th grade.
You were in 8th grade?
Yeah. Yeah, they're going to kill me and kill my brother too.
Have you been to Covello?
That's crazy.
Okay. Have you heard of Murder Mountain?
Yeah.
What do you know about it?
Not much to talk about.
What do you mean?
Just not much to talk about.
You don't know much about it, or people kind of zip their mouths when they think about it?
We hear it, why talk about it?
What do you mean?
Exactly what I said.
Covello, Covello, Covello. That's what I keep hearing.
You need to watch out for that, though. that don't know something.
And it sounds like, Darren, we're gonna have to head up there, find a native contact, and see what's actually going down. But first, we're headed to Alder Point. And rumor has it, lots of illegal weed farms out there, I think. Is that accurate?
I would say the best weed on earth
Oh,
is...
fuck everything, it's a cottage. Yo, we back on a whole different day, bruh. Like, I recorded that Cardi shit, boy, and I was tired as fuck. I won't lie, boy.
You know, I've been over on a couple farms over there and stuff. There's some people that, you know, are bad people, you know, and they're doing some trafficking up there and everything. There's a lot of wholesalers coming from the East Coast, you know, because, you know, we got the best weed, you know, better than Colorado, Oregon.
We're headed into the belly of the beast, if you will. We're going to Murder Mountain. Do you have any advice for us so as to not end up on the news?
Okay, so a lot of people are going to have guns and everything, you know, they're going to have all types of guns, you know.
Before we make it to Alder Point, aka Murder Mountain, we first have to spend the night in Garberville.
My friends and I, we used to camp down here at the Eel River. They found a woman's body burnt alive in a refrigerator. Used to be a lucrative...
Burnt alive in a refrigerator, boy. God damn, bro.
Then you'd get paid per pound you trimmed up. They'd give you a couple $100, and now you're lucky to make it out with your life at the end of the season.
And then I stumbled upon these weed farmers walking around the parking lot who agreed to an interview before. And I stumbled upon these weed farmers walking around the
in the fucking RV, boy.
The parking lot agreed to an interview before I went to bed.
Where are we at right now?
Garberville, California, Emerald Triangle.
What do you do out here?
Pretty much a little bit of everything, from growing the beautiful marijuana plants to getting it ready for sales.
So you're not a trimmigrant?
Right, not a trimmigrant. Yeah, I'd rather grow it and hire the trimmers than, yeah, we're the farmers out here.
We're farmers.
So how long have you been growing weed out here?
22, 23 years now.
How has the weed industry changed since the legalization of weed?
There's not really no money to be made anymore.
There's nothing really to do with pot anymore unless you're selling to the clubs. It's not even worth to water your plants. They're asking like ridiculous, like $25 a pound, and before it was like at $2,000.
Tell me about your role hiring the trimmigrants and where these trimmigrants are from.
I try to stay away from anybody new. It keeps everybody safe. If they have experience, then, you know, take them up someplace, you know, to work, of course, and test them out there. And then if they're good enough or can do a lot, and not complain, then, you know, ship them off to another boss. Just try to keep the circle going.
So I hear some of these trimmigrants are in like indentured servitude type situations. Is that common?
How should I put this? There is some scary things up here. Yeah. Like, it's not all just, hey, peace, love, and hair grease. You know, you gotta watch yourself if you're working up on the hills, you know?
It sounds like after the weed was legalized, this whole town's economy collapsed in on itself. The town is dead. They're suffering right now.
They are definitely pinching pennies, and when they find them, they're rubbing them, and they're trying to make something out of nothing. It's a dying industry.
Now, today is an ominous, foggy morning. You can still see the moon
I
out
don't
there.
get that, bro, cause like, why? Cause motherfuckers, if anything, motherfuckers gonna be wanting weed more, like, what the fuck?
My brother, question for you. I wonder if you can tell me a little bit of history about the town. Would you be down to tell me a little bit about the before and after since the weed legalization?
No, can't.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Too like, sensitive?
I remember in the start of the video, they were talking about permits and shit, and the price of the permits and shit.
Yeah. There was tons of businesses, and everybody could afford stuff to go on, like, vacations. Now, since legalization, as you can see, there's a bunch of businesses closed down. People are moving out. It's definitely gone downhill.
What was the community supported by? Like the weed business?
Yes. Everybody grew weed,
okay.
Had their grows and stuff, and then legalization, everybody had to get permits, all the different regulations and stuff, and so now everybody's like, get rid of all that.
How you doing? Question for you, brother. You know anything about Murder Mountain? Huh? I'm a joke?
Yeah, Murder Mountain's a joke.
We're trying to figure if most of it's like myth or bullshit, you know what I mean?
Where are you from?
I'm at Esto.
Okay, go back home.
What's the situation with people going missing out here?
A lot of it was to do with the weed, people getting, you know, like ripped off or getting worked, and then, oh, well, we're not going to pay you, you'll just go missing.
Like we're talking workers on some of these farms?
Yes. And other things, because there's other, you know, other drugs and whatnot, but...
Oh, hell no.
All right, I'm telling you, it's over, dude.
What do you mean it's over?
Don't fuck.
You're gonna kill me?
No, I ain't gonna kill you.
All right, what are you talking about then?
It's a scam, dude.
Wait, that's what we're trying to learn, though. We're trying to figure out...
It's up there. It's up there.
Yeah. Of some young kid, and then the dude who owned the dog, because the kid was like, I'll kill your dog, you know.
Sure.
And he ended up getting shot and killed.
The kid?
What the fuck?
But even like right here on the bluffs, people have gotten thrown off, jumped off.
God damn, okay.
Off and, yeah, right over the guardrail onto the river. Because there's been multiple people to where everybody has to do their own like vigilante research and justice and trying to find their family members. And there's been, yeah, a bunch of people that I have known that are gone. Nobody knows.
All right, brother.
Where you gonna be, on YouTube or fucking Facebook?
Hopefully Facebook.
I think it's at Facebook, bro.
Oh, scam book? Okay. I'll see you there.
Hell yeah, brother. Can I ask your thoughts on Garberville?
How about I ask you to get off my property? This is private property. You need to leave now before you trespass.
So this is the Garberville laundromat. Growing up, hitchhiking across the country. It would rain nonstop every day, all night. Our clothes would be soaked, we'd be wet. This is one of the few places you can go get your clothes dried up here.
We were talking to a gentleman out there about Murder Mountain, and he got pretty aggressive immediately. What's going on with that?
Hey, it's not over yet. I thought it was over.
Murder Mountain? Yeah. Well, that's what we're trying to figure out, how much of it's fiction versus fact.
Yeah, I don't call it Murder Mountain. I call it Adultery Point.
Have you heard of anybody going missing lately or any bodies being found along the river? Have you seen Bigfoot by chance?
Yes, all three actually.
Tell us a little more.
My main thing is that there's a bunch of dead animal carcasses. As far as humans, you know, we always find out with humans. I mean, we keep track of our people. And then it just seemed to progress. Every time you go in the supermarket, it seems like there's fresh meat, you know? And then that freaks you out, like, is it humans also that?
What? What the fuck? Don't fucking...
You know, like, you know...
The meat was a little sweet.
Boy, you know the difference between fucking cow meat and fucking human meat, boy. Are you gonna know the difference? And the cut's not gonna be the same, boy. Like
you know, I've traveled the world. I've met thousands of people from all walks of life, from every corner of the globe, and I can't shake the feeling that that woman was a cannibal back there. You know, it's.
Alright, cut, yo. We're gonna head up to Redway and then to Alder Point. We are getting closer and closer into the heart of Murder Mountain. As we drove higher into the foggy mountains and closer to Alder Point, I spotted these people camping in the woods off the side of the road and wondered if they knew anything. We're gonna walk up this mountain.
They seen some shit, boy. Guarantee they seen some shit.
Friendly. Hey, yo. Loud, make your presence known. In case we see a few camps up here. Hey.
Anybody up here?
How's it going?
I hope this looks like a Gatson or something, boy. What the fuck?
I approach. I have no guns or anything.
Hey, sir. How are you? We're trying to talk to some farmers out here and some trimmers. Do you work out here?
I used to. I've been working a long time.
Is that after like the legalization of weed?
Yeah, pretty much. It's still the black market.
We hear a lot about a ton of missing people up here in these mountains. Is that still a problem?
I don't know about people coming up missing too much anymore. There's definitely still some people missing back there.
I actually know a lot about the topic that you're talking about, Carrie.
I want to know everything I can.
Well, I grew up out here, and you know, back quite a few years ago now, my brother actually he froze out in these hills. It was really interesting the way it happened because there was a dispute over water with my neighbors because they were like they wanted the water for their weed plants and for cattle for whatever reasons. You know, a lot part of it was for the land. My brother he froze out in these hills, and there was even some bruises. His fingernails were pulled back and that kind of stuff, and it's just like suspicious. And so I've always kind of had, you know, something going on about that.
Fuck your God damn, that's when you want to torture someone, boy. Fingernails and shit.
Happened so many years ago, and like we couldn't do anything, and then the law enforcement didn't really make a large effort for it. They had dogs retrieve him. That was one of the first times where I was really impacted by this. For a long time, I actually grew up over in Bell Springs, or worked over in Bell Springs, up in the mountain. I actually heard rumors that some of this started happening way back in the 80s. There was actually some people that were murdering people up in the hills, but they were actually cannibals too. And they were way up there, and there was actually some cannibalism going on.
Yes. We're headed up to Alder Point, trying to learn more about some of the dark underbelly of these mountains. What should we know?
That you're going to be in and out of cell phone range.
Okay.
And that
This one hasn't even it's not in fucking Murder Mountain yet, boy. This is the. What
People
the
here
fuck?
don't really warm up to strangers. Yeah, I'm a bit concerned that you're going up Alder Point. I don't know if you watch the series Murder Mountain. There's a lot of missing persons up here. Get asked to work and they never get paid, and they demand payment, and then they just get shot and killed and buried in someone's backyard.
What's the craziest thing you guys have heard about here?
That Ryan Tanner's pretty crazy.
Yeah, I mean, when they're cannibals, they eat.
I don't know about cannibals.
Jesus.
Where the fuck where she come from? Where the fuck? She was hiding in the back.
Tell me about Ryan Tanner.
We at least killed one friend of ours for sure.
Serial killer out here or what?
Supposedly, yeah.
Jesus, okay.
Supposedly there's a bunch of bodies out on the property.
I had another neighbor about 4 or 5 years ago, 6 years ago. He actually stabbed somebody in the neck with an ice pick. When he did that and he stabbed that guy in the neck, the police went out and they raided his property and they brought cadaver dogs out there. They ended up finding 6 bodies out there.
They think that they can come here and make like a few $1,000s. There's a lot of promises. They're living in their cars. They're living in tents. And then when it comes time to get paid, they don't get paid. And I've heard
What happens to them?
so many horror stories. They just get shoved off the hill.
Are there other drugs in the mountains besides cannabis?
It's people getting carried away because they get this money and then they start using drugs and then their brains stop working and so then they turn violent or whatever.
Do you think the police do a good job at maintaining control of the situation?
Hell no, what the fuck? This is like fucking Mount Chiliad, boy.
Sure, they kind of hands off.
That's part of what the problem is. They're all rookies. They're all being trained up here. And so this is just a training ground for most people. There's a few officers that do a good job, but besides that, there's just too much area for them to cover. If you call the police, it's going to take them at least an hour to get to your house, depending on where you live.
May I approach? I'm a friend. I come bearing gifts. I mean no trouble.
He's gonna get us killed. You got a cute little dog there. Brian, my name is Tyler. Thanks for coming out here, brother. How many years you been out here?
15.
You come up here to work in the weed industry?
No, actually, didn't come down here for any of that. Oh, blah.
How is life up here? We've heard a lot of legends and myths and craziness.
There's some. I used to live way in the back, on the next mountain.
Okay.
They call it the Witch's Kitchen, and there's some really crazy up here. I see this thing called the Wendigo.
You've seen the Wendigo? Yeah. Can you tell me how it looked? I've heard of the Wendigo.
It's really huge. It had the word deer skull on his face.
I think this whole saw a deer and he was tripping out, boy.
It was really gnarly.
Let's see what it looks like.
I noticed along the drive up here there were a lot of Sasquatch, Bigfoot statues. Have you ever seen Bigfoot?
I've never seen Bigfoot. Okay, one time I got chased up the hill down over there by Ravenscliff. I can't say I saw it, but it was just like an outline. You know what I mean? And like
a silhouette.
Something moving, and the dogs were all barking, going crazy. It could have been a person.
Sure.
Never
But
find
there
us
was
in the woods at
a
night,
vehicle,
bro. You
and
never catch
we
me
actually
doing
drove
that
by
shit.
this vehicle. It was probably like 5 or 6 years ago, and this vehicle was on fire. There was actually 2 people inside of it. The people were burned in the car. They were covered in gasoline. I'm pretty sure they caught the person that did it.
So when weed was legalized, people lost a ton of money out here. The communities were destroyed overnight, or what?
When I first came here, this place was
like the second
majestic,
gold rush.
and it was just like, yes, it was amazing. I mean, so many people here. I mean, I could go to the Brass Rail and like party every night, you know.
And down by the river, there'd be like little festivals.
Yes, it was beautiful here. It was amazing. I saw the aftermath. I've seen the aftermath of like quite a few of my friends. Like I saw my friend Emerson. He was hanging in the tree. Yeah.
Hanging in a tree?
Yeah.
You think that's some form of retribution out here?
And I saw my friend Sarai floating face down in the river, you know. And Jordan Rose was tossed over a cliff. And, you know, I mean, I could go on and on and on. My friend Dave was found the next day, you know, on a trail, right? Like, if you guys are going up there with the camera and stuff, and you had to ask people if they mind, you know, if you film, I wouldn't go very far. Just be careful. Don't fucking go up there.
Okay. Ryan, thank you so much, brother. Be safe out here. After nearly everyone we spoke to expressed concern for our safety, we had ascended to the legendary Murder
Seems like
Mountain.
everyone, like, they're not, like, too bad, you know what I'm saying? They're like,
Alder Point.
just
Real quick,
surviving, bro.
I'd be like, go on down the road, you fuck.
I don't know.
It's been here for 30 fucking years.
Tell me how this place has changed before and after legalization of weed.
We lost the store.
No more store? It used to be right there?
That store was open since I was 12 years old. It's been open since 1910, and it's It's closed. There's no gas. There's no nothing, dude. This place is done. There's legalization of marijuana. There's no nothing, dude. This place is done. There's legalization of marijuana killed this country.
What's real? What's fake?
There's nothing real about.
Let me take 5 out and then give you the whole pack.
Okay.
It's a real nice place. It's nothing like it used to be. With the legalization of weed and everything, it just kind of dried up around here.
What was this place like during its boom?
I've only been here 12 years now.
Okay.
And everyone had, pockets full of cash, and people were having fun with it, and small businesses were booming. Everyone was doing really good. It was just very lively. A lot of good people running around, but also too on top of that, it brought a lot of bad company. A lot of people that were just here for the money, didn't care about the environment. Left a lot of big messes. Mainly, a lot of people had to get 9-to-5 jobs.
Okay.
Weed just wasn't worth anything anymore. So yeah, places like this are pretty much ghost towns.
Yeah. Unsurprisingly, this place was a complete ghost town. While the few residents I could find shared me the nostalgic stories of its glory days, they all still seemed to enjoy the peace and isolation they still had. But not everyone was happy to see outsiders with cameras poke their heads around.
Your guys' car?
Yes, sir.
What the fuck?
The only reason that there's probably been a lot of, killings and stuff out this way is because, like I said earlier, the weed money brought in, just people coming to look to make a big buck,
Sure.
a fast buck or whatever. Those are the people that typically cause the problems.
What's the point of that, boy? What is this all doing?
Is homeboy just being theatrical over there?
No, he was just being a dick because he didn't like me talking to nobody about this place.
During the height of the cannabis industry, how much were some of these farmers bringing in per year? Millions of dollars?
I worked multiple operations. There were multi-million-dollar operations.
What was it like working for some of those guys?
Sucked. They were real dickheads, dude. They were tighter than fuck, dude, and they barely give you a fucking rebuild kit for your motorcycle so you go to work the next fucking day, dude.
Can the people come visit or stay the hell away?
We like our peace and quiet. But no, you guys are more welcome to come.
No, it's like the stash plants.
Oh, let's see this light. God damn. So this is the stuff they sell at cookies?
No. We have 6 plants here that can grow legally.
Darren is going to do a little taste test here.
No chemicals.
It lost me about a week, boy.
No poison.
That's what I'm talking about.
This is some of the best weed I've ever smoked.
Would you like to dispel any myths about this place? We talked to...
Not on no YouTube. I don't want no video.
Okay,
man.
for sure.
Too close to the neighborhood to have any outsiders, man. We don't want this on YouTube. Oh, come to All The Point. Hey, all you scumbags, come to All The Point or whatever, all you losers or whatever. We don't want that,
I hear you. We're trying to
you
figure out
guys
what's
don't
real,
give a about All The Point.
Well,
Go somewhere else, man. We don't want to be nationally known or world known, man.
Shit. We don't want to go there either, boy. Don't worry. Shout out to Tyler Oliveira for the video, bro.